getting right to the heart of the big rock stories. The 6 o'clock Rock Report in association with Hot Press Radio Nova.
I've been looking forward to this all afternoon, to be quite honest with you. Maybe you caught him on the television over the weekend. Maybe you've already got his brand new #1 in Ireland album. It's called The 27 Club, which we'll talk about in a moment. First of all, let's hear this man in action. Jack Lukeman is here on Radio Nova's Rock Report. All right, play your salute to Echo and the Bunnymen drummer Pete de Friatas, and do that version of The Killing Moon for us.
Under blue moon I saw you, so soon you'll take me up in your arms, too late to beg you or cancel it, though I know it must be the killing time, unwillingly mine. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin, you'll wait until you give yourself to him. Starlit nights I saw you, so cruel you kissed me. Oh, your lips a magic world, the sky all hung with jewels, and the killing moon will come too soon. Against your will, through the thick and thin, you'll wait until you give yourself to him. Against your will, through the thick and thin, through the thick and thin.
Jack Lukeman is here on Radio Nova's Rock Report. A nod to Echo and the Bunnymen, the drummer, who died at age 27, because that's what the album and the show is all about, the 27 Club. It's a good sounding album that you got there.
We did a bunch of Rolling Stones songs as well. I heard you talking about them there. There was a great version of Painted Black on Ruby Tuesday.
I really like the album.
Cheers, thanks.
I know you've been covered a lot on various different radio stations. RT have been over this with the television, but the 27 Club, is this something that you've always been interested in, or how did this come about being a project, being an album for you?
Well, the idea for it came about from a radio show myself and Julie Feeney did, the History of Recorded Song. And it was, we did it from Edison to the iPod. The 27 Club's thing just kind of came from the number 27 reoccurring throughout, with Robert Johnson, the great blues player, in 1938. You're selling a soul at the crossroads to play the blues. I suppose that's where rock and roll kind of began. And then you have it's tragic golden age in the late 60s, early 70s of Brian Jones, of the founding member of the Rolling Stones, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison. So, and it moves into, you got the 80s, you had Pete DeFreitas, Echo and the Bunnymen, the drummer. And then into the 90s, Kurt Cobain, up to the modern age with Amy Winehouse. So, much as it's tragic, it is also, it struck me as it was a great historical show to do, and it was done as a music lover for people who love music. It's obviously a dark theme, but anybody who's seen to the show or listened to the album can see and hear that it's a tribute to these icons.
It's a really good bloody tribute, Jack. You've done a really good job on this stuff. I'm a huge Doors fan, so the minute I got the album, I was straight to the Crystal Ship to see how you tackle that.
Yeah.
And it's nicely done.
Well, thank you.
Touch Me, I mean, of course, you had the whole brass section as well in.
Well, some of the songs, stuff like Hendrix, we did move away from some of the original arrangements. Like with Hendrix, we did a very alternative version of Purple Haze.
Works though.
And it worked nicely. I mean, it didn't seem, it just, you jam these things out but with the Doors, with Touch Me, every time we went away from the original kind of thing, and then we knew we had brass and strings, it was just a joy to sing it with all. It's such a great arrangement. And it's funny, I mean, Jim Morrison was a massive Sinatra fan, and I think that's his Sinatra moment with that big kind of, the Soft Parade was an album they did with a lot of brass and strings. Crystal Ship, just stripped it back to the piano, and it obviously, I just heard it that way, and it's done in a more of a band format by the Doors. And then Alabama song, it's obviously a Kurt Weill song, but one of the Doors made their own. So I have to say, I mean, I'm a massive Doors fan, a massive Hendrix fan, a fan of all these people, and I've become more intrigued by a lot of them, having studied the Robert Johnson stuff or Janis Joplin. It's been one of the most fun things I've ever done doing this. It's been a bit of folly, really, for me.
One thing I thought was quite interesting, and congratulations on this, because some really nice results in the Irmas, topping the indie chart. Did you ever think that you were going to be an indie artist?
I've always been an indie artist, much as people don't know that. I've always been independent, and I suppose that's why I fit into that genre. I mean, it's great to be number one in any respect.
In anything, yeah.
So, that's a great thrill, and here's to all the independent artists out there. It's a tough road.
Now you're on the road. You've got a heap of shows to do around the country. The Olympia, November 30th. We're going to see it now. And is this going to be the full 27 Club show? Just the 27 Club show?
Yeah, no. Well, that's what I'm told. I mean, I started this in August. I went to the Edinburgh Theatre Festival, so it's a visual thing as well. We've full screen running behind with visuals, and there's obviously I tried to recreate some of the Robert Johnson stuff by doing songs just without any amplification, where it's like field recordings. So it crosses into a theatre show, but it's a gig. It's a rock and roll show, just playing some of these great songs.
Cobain and Hendrix, the biographer Charles R. Cross, I like this, writes, the number of musicians who died at 27 is truly remarkable by any standard. Although humans die regularly at all ages, there is a statistical spike for musicians who die at 27, and you are doing a nod to that with the 27 Club. As we mentioned, Brian Jones getting a nod, Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin. You even tackled some Janis Joplin stuff, Manic Street Preachers, and really nicely done earlier on. I love that nod towards Echo's drummer.
It's such a great song. It's a song I used to busk years ago, so it was great to get an opportunity to actually. And we've done it recently with an orchestra, and it's just such an epic tune.
Well, Echo and the Bunnymen's Ian McCullough wouldn't disagree with you. What was that famous quote about that song? It was something like, when he sings The Killing Moon, he knows there isn't a band in the world who've got a song anywhere near that. And you did it justice there today. Thanks so much for coming in. Jack Lukeman, or is it still Jack L?
Well, it's jacklukeman.com. That's my website, and that's the best place to go to see where that's where I go to see where I'm playing next. But outside of the country, it's Jack Lukeman. It's Jack L in Ireland. So, but all the websites are Jack Lukeman, so I'll stick with that one for the moment.
All right, man. Listen, thanks for coming to see us.
Thanks for having me.
Jack Lukeman and the 27 Club Tour, playing the Olympia Theatre end of November 30th. Tickets on sale now.
First, with the rock news you need to know. The 6 o'clock Rock Report, in association with Hot Press, Radio Nova.